Good morning, it's Saurabh here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm off for my run and you can see the condition of the car, very icy. Cables plugged in, tried to turn the heating on from inside, so remotely, and it did not work. I'll show you the error on my screen now. So I've seen this online as well, that if the cable's plugged in and not being charged, it is going to throw some error. But it's -4, -5 at the moment. What I'm going to do is, I'll do a quick test for you to show you how long does it take to defrost this block of ice. So the heating is on. I can hear the fan. I literally turned it on 10 seconds ago. So let's see, how long does it take to make it drivable? This is the current condition. Another thing which I realized which didn't work, or one of the quirks of the car. So I was at Costco's and car was being charged. Of course, cable was plugged in, and from the store itself I turned the heating on and no issues whatsoever. So the caveat is cable plugged in, not being charged, you wouldn't be able to turn the remote heating on. So that's answered one. Second, whilst I was taking the cable out, of course you have to unlock the car to unlock the cable. I did that, put the cable back in its slot, tried to turn the heating on again, got another error message saying make sure the car is turned off and it's locked. So that's another thing. If the car is unlocked, you try to turn the heating on, it is not going to work. You can see it started to work. It's less than a minute and it's very, very effective. And it's across the board as well, behind, everywhere. It's another thing which happened yesterday with me was again -4, -5, similar kind of condensation, ice built up. Started driving and slowly within a mile I started to get a lot of error messages. So it started with the high beam, auto high beam unavailable, and then I got a message saying frost on the front camera, and then the slurry of messages saying front collision system unavailable, traffic jam assistant, adaptive cruise control are available too. So yeah, it was quite scary yesterday. Went out and this slot above, you can see from front, it had a little frost inside and it was quite foggy as well. Left the car, I reached my destination, started driving back, all the errors had cleared. And so was the frost on the front block. I mean, it was still there, but it was towards the upper part of the camera. So I think it was good enough for the camera to recognize whatever was happening. Tried traffic jam assist. It was working. However, the high beam was being a little funny because it wasn't registering tiny lights, ahead of me. So brake lights. And it kept on turning the high beam on. So I just turned the high beam off anyway. I didn't want to annoy people. But yeah, that is another quirk, I would say, a bug, I would say, that if there's a little bit of frost around camera, which is obvious, it just turns the system off rather than endangering our life. So, another thing which happened while I was trying to see the error. So, if you get an exclamation mark or a warning light on your display, you press this button and start going right, and with the tire pressure monitoring system, and after that there is another screen, if I remember. I'll show you in a while. And there was a list of messages. I think there were 7 odd error messages, which was quite interesting to see that the list was clear enough to tell you that what it was. And while I was trying to sort those errors, I'm not sure, I probably pressed another button, kept it pressing, or I don't know what happened, but I deleted my accumulated totals and I was so gutted. It was like my life went upside down. I thought the CA was going well, but no, it wasn't. I was gathering all that information. I've done 1800 odd miles, averaging at 4.1 miles per kilowatt hour, and now it's just sitting at 0 miles. Horrible. Not sure that if you've done that in the past, is there a way for it to come back? Not a big deal, but I really like my data and to see that how car's been doing. Tell me in the comments if you've done that on your car. Right, it's been 5 minutes, around 5.5 minutes, and getting better. Of course, I'm getting late for my run, but so much I can do. Windows are getting clear. Look at that. Right, so back again. It's been around 6 odd minutes, and the car is good to drive. It's cleared, safe enough. Let me know if you found this video useful. Is there anything you'd want me to check on the car whilst you're waiting for yours to come in, or you're experiencing something with yours, and we can together fix it? Right, stay safe, drive very carefully, and I'm going to see you in the next one. It's Saurabh signing off.